Hello, this is Per Magnus Lindborg speaking about LW24. LW24 is a sculptural auditory display. It plays a sonification of the future climate in Southeast Asia, stemming from the sound design of Fission's Locust. So for the LW24, I wanted to build an auditory display with 24 loudspeakers, all within a total budget of $1,000. So it's a straightforward approach. I have high quality but simple loudspeakers, a fixed media playback, pre-amplifiers and car amplifiers. Everything fits into one system. The cables and loudspeakers are arranged in order to give the illusion of an organic kelp-like structure. For the National Gallery opening exhibition in December 2015, I had the opportunity to showcase this sound installation. Now, the National Gallery had been renovated by the architecture company Milu Architect. Coming to the National Gallery was really exciting. We had access to this this huge space on level 4, which has parts of the old architecture mixing with the contemporary new renovated facades of glass and steel structures and so forth. So I think that fitted really nicely with the concept of the installation. My assistants Yong Rong Tsao and Pepe Cuenca, we spent a couple of nights to set up the LW24 physical installation. The frame structure that holds the loudspeakers for LW24 was adapted from a previous piece. It consists of aluminium poles that are fairly lightweight and portable yet sturdy. LW24 plays a sonification of the weather, so it's the predictions of future weather coming from data from the Tropical Marine Science Institute at the National University of Singapore. Now all these data, 40 years, are time compressed into 55 minutes and spatialized over 21 channels. So the auditory display is a sonic map. There are 4 movements, so they're interspersed by a child narrating how she imagines growing up in a world of climate change. 1 decade corresponds to approximately 15 minutes of music. And this is a kind of radio play effect that brings a human perspective onto the large temporal climatic developments being sonified, which are hard to grasp as they are terrifying. The sonifications represent weather systems pushing through Southeast Asia in complex patterns. The climate is rendered as a piece of electroacoustic music whose compositional form, the gesture, the timbre, the intensity, the harmony, and spatiality is all determined by the data. I created an interactive software in Max that allows for parameter mapping on the fly during rehearsals, during the development of a piece. So for example, the rainfall is mapped directly onto the pluck of these virtual strings and the air pressure onto the detuning, creating an inharmonicity or harmonicity. In all of the Locust pieces, I worked together with the choreographer Liong and her company Fission.
The climate is described by the atmospheric pressure, temperature, wind strength, humidity, and precipitation, that is, rainfall. A day of rain corresponds to the sound of a plucked string.
This has been a presentation of LW24, a sonification installation that was exhibited at the National Gallery of Singapore in December 2015. I want to thank my collaborators, in particular the researcher Liong and The choreographer, Angela Liong, and arts Fission. This has been Per Magnus Lindborg. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.